The majesty of the Supreme Court has often been a sacrosanct zone. No gossip, no allegations, and no blaming the judges even if the verdict is not in your favor. But things took a drastic turn this year after 4 senior-most judges of the Supreme Court after the CJI addressed the historic press conference in New Delhi and turned the lens towards administrative and judicial irregularity in the Supreme Court. All of a sudden, the person who was under the spotlight of allegations leveled by the judges was none other than the 45th Chief Justice of India, Dipak Misra. Now, with reports that Congress along with a few other opposition parties garnering support for a draft impeachment motion against the CJI, one wonders, can the CJI be impeached, if at all? Well, to understand that, let's look at the cases which has led to this impeachment motion. First, it was the case of the medical college bribery scam, where it was alleged that senior members of the judiciary had received kickbacks for granting approvals to set up medical colleges in the country. Next, there were allegations that CJI Misra had submitted a false affidavit while appearing as an advocate in a land acquisition matter. This was followed by a series of allegations of improper allocation of cases in the death of Judge Loya matter. Although CJI Misra later had resolved differences with his brother judges and also ushered in a new roster system for allocation of cases in the Supreme Court, that hasn't stopped Congress and other opposition parties from drafting an impeachment motion against the Chief Justice of India. Well, can the CJI be impeached? India is yet to see a case of even a judge being impeached ever. Now let's break the process of impeachment into steps. The process of impeachment of a Supreme Court judge and the Chief Justice of India in this case is governed under Article 124 of the Constitution of India and the Judges Inquiry Act of 1968. Next, a motion of impeachment needs to be introduced by either 100 MPs of the Lok Sabha or 50 MPs of the Rajya Sabha. This motion can be introduced in either houses of the Parliament. The Speaker reserves the sole discretion to either admit the motion or reject the motion. Here lies the crux. If the Speaker decides to reject the motion, the case ends there. But if the Speaker finds a case, then it can constitute a 3-member committee to investigate the charges leveled against the sitting Chief Justice of India. Now, this 3-member committee will be, first, the senior-most judge of the Supreme Court of the country. Second, would be a justice of any of the high courts. And third, would be a distinguished jurist. Now, these 3 members would investigate the charges, examine documents, and cross-question witnesses while discovering the case against the CJI. Now, if the committee decides that there is indeed a case against the sitting Chief Justice of India, then that motion is taken up for discussion in the House where the impeachment motion was introduced. Thereafter, it has to be passed by a special majority or 2/3 majority of the House, and then it is taken up to either the upper house or the lower house where it has not been introduced yet. Even there, it needs to cross the hurdle of 2/3 majority or special majority in the House. After the motion is passed by both the houses, it lands in the President's office. After the President gives his assent to the removal or to the impeachment motion of the CJI is officially impeached. Although India is yet to witness any case of impeachment of judges in the country, however, the Board of Judiciary was first rocked way back in 1993 when Justice Ramaswami of the Punjab and Haryana High Court faced an impeachment motion. However, the impeachment motion collapsed after the Indian National Congress abstained from voting for the motion in the Lok Sabha. However, Justice Soumitra of the Calcutta High Court came closest to the impeachment proceedings after the Rajya Sabha too passed a motion against him. He soon saved face by stepping down, and then the motion collapsed.